today inside the program, Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr, they can talk about seeing them way it don't do and waiting make a get plan for Tina back as mayor for Freetown. When at the studio this morning, I want to welcome Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr, the first time mayor for Freetown. Good morning, welcome to the program. Good morning, Salon.
Morning, Mabel. Morning, Khadija. Morning, viewers and listeners. Good morning.
Well, need not again for introduce that's not Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr because after the 2018 election, he be emerged as winner for being mayor of Freetown, and after 5 years as mayor of Freetown, he don't go through the process again of nomination and he contest for being mayor again na Freetown. Well, this morning they can tell we all waiting you don't do and waiting make you think say qualify for be back mayor na Freetown. Now that's make it in the studio this morning. But can tell the listeners and viewers them waiting and waiting it don't do so far as Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr when I've been first time mayor na Freetown and waiting make it a contest back for this position. But before they can talk about waiting make you the contest back for this position, as I don't tell listeners and viewers them na Facebook, you na person we don't be mayor na Freetown for the past 5 years. And from that time to now, you make a decision, say you want to go back and contest for this position. Let me just go through waiting at the highlights them where you been mayor na Freetown of seeing them where you do as mayor we make you the contest back. Take me through the highlights them.
Thank you, Mabel. I think say the starting point for me, now the fact say when I come and say I want to be mayor, I do one because of a concerned passion for two things them. One, sanitation, two, the environment. But I also say in me for a community for progress or Freetown, me sort of my own mini manifesto when me have been get for 2018 say I believe in systems and processes and we need for change systems and embed processes for let we able get sustainable impact. Now one of the things that we somebody in particular that Dr. Samara Kamara that happens can always provoke me laugh, but he say where he meets me 110 Alunge, I've been all the local government act and I've been study them. He say no believes any other mayoral candidates not possible to go look the act, but reason been there for that one day. Because when you do work as a mayor, you know to the central government, you do work within the context of specific mandate where the act the give. So the second thing I want to mention, one, the passion, the reason why I run for mayor. Two, the fact, say, where you be mayor, things in the way you're able to do, things in the day where you're not there within your mandate. And even of the thing within your mandate, me can realize, say, no to all theory rights now, the act are actually able to do. No to all theory and state and devolve to council, the government been don't let go of. So waiting on the highlights in this context. The first thing I want to say is I believe so much in participation of the community, of stakeholders, of the residents. So I start off by engaging 15,000 Freetonians all across the city. We do 322 focus groups. So in other words, wait till we come and develop where we call transform Freetown. Not till we sit on our office saying that this we want to do. We sit down with people, them community people, and then again with professionals. And we come together with a clear plan. At the care we go to the beginning, because I believe, say, if you fail to plan, you plan to fail. I mean, a person way, I don't believe in sound bites, just to talk to them. As when I see, I can this morning, and I can't wait the Transform Freetown report. Why? Because it's important for show accountability, transparency, and delivery. And the way for do that, now for document what you do. You get picture, you get locations, you get facts. So wait I can tell you now achievements and highlights, not awards at the talko. If you sit on a Calabar tongue and I do something at Lumley, you say you know Siam because you know the Lumley, it's not bad. The book then day, the internet day, I the help you for direct to make you see. Big things them. When I come into governance, one of the major challenges we don't be still a challenge because of the exchange rate and the economy. But if you take just sort of like in relative terms, I can meet revenue at 7 billion a year, own source revenue for a city of over 1.2 million people. One of the major achievements. Now for let we build a sustainable system, we meet with target for increased revenue by 7-fold. So it was the target number 5-fold for taking to 35 billion. We're able to take on to 49 billion. That's a major achievement because it provides the groundwork, the foundation for the FCC able for to key activities, mainly sanitation. Then I've been saying sanitation, that be one of the drivers will bring me into office. And person go look today and say, oh, Mayor, you left 2 months ago. The streets and don't dirty back. Yes, indeed. The streets and don't dirty back, because how you build a process, now so a process can be undone. It can be sabotaged. But never mind waiting day now, me not in another one in the office for 2.5 months and fumble them today. It's you know me, say me na posting we like for go na social media and show na the reality. Today I post photos of how we been to do the streets, how the streets are in fever. So the sanitation a big one. Why not big one? Because sanitation will be able to approach them in 3 different ways. The number one, the solid waste management. Then are the dirty, the plastic, the paper, the food. We begin for collect dirty na people their oaths. When I come into governance, now only 8,000 people been registered for letting they collect and dirty na oaths. So if not only 8,000 people in a city of households, in a city of over 120, 150 households, not a number of people but households, you go realize say if you know person not collect them and carry and go safely, that means to say you put in our street. Now we get over 45,000 households registered for waste collection. And when I don't see all the tricycle groups them where they around, they collect dirty, now you host. That's a major achievement.
Madam Aki-Sawyerr, you just make mention of something where I could say I don't see frequently from few Freetonians them we don't be of concern to them. Now the issue of sanitation we see now one of your main driver them. In fact, I inspire you for contest for the seat of mayor na Freetown. A lot of people they ask questions, say if sanitation now one of your main driver them with all the different projects that will be implemented during your tenure, like the flood mitigation and other one them. Why just after 2 months, few rains don't come, we don't left office, a lot of dirty they all over the city.
Well, now you bring 2 things, and can you bring flood mitigation? You join account sanitation. Of course, they're related, but not to the same thing. And the thing where you can know about flood mitigation, number one, you for do before the rain. Now that's have been done to do. For the do flood mitigation before the rain, so you go actually clear the gutter before the heavy rain then come. In 2018, 2019, 2020, 2021, we've been very successful with that. In 2022, we will get financial challenge, but we still be able to do them. You know, I remember saying 2022, when I just last year, government been give the funding. Not the first thing that government been fund with, government been fund with 1 year. But the other years, they will be able to get donor funding. But we're grateful for the year we government fund, because we all know the same. We know this is a collective responsibility. So if Ministry of Finance been direct that funding date to we in 2019, I believe it was, that's a good thing. But in 2022, we see them giving money to SLRA. But Khadija, I'd come back to the question where you say people this year after 2 months. On the sanitation point, remember this, and you rightly say, I bring in a lot of innovation, a lot of interventions, because I can always say, dirty collection, no to event, no to one day wonder. It get for be built in. For do that, you for change behavior. There comes now the cleaner zone competition, where will be institute. But look again, waiting have been a challenge. It was really successful. Then there's my mama they tell me say, hey Yvonne, you go find way when I go bring that one day back again, because people let me take that ownership and that responsibility.
What will happen to the every Saturday cleaning?
No, that then the government been doing. I know to be every Saturday, I mean once a month. Now one Saturday a month.
Yeah.
Where for me, I've been really the first meeting I get with the government, whilst I not be inaugurated or made the mayor yet. I don't win, but I'm still there also. I remember say I win 18th of March, but I'm not being sworn in until the 11th of May. Now me self been the go say please una swear me in, and then 98.1 una have been taken up the term for inaugurate the president. Say mayor then also inauguration the mayor for the day. But that Saturday cleaning once a month, the challenge where I've been always the safe. And I remember now being the fact say you create a situation where cleaning become an event and not a process. Dirty collection costs money. Any lorry where they collect dirty, you get for pay fuel. Fuel don't go from 6,500 to 21,500. But even in those early days when I was 6,500, it was still a lot of money. If I remember correctly, the the budget for the Freetown for one day was like 700 million. It passed the now I don't get the fake figures right. It can't be 700 million. But I think it was. But I'm not going to quote. Let me not quote. I don't remember. But I can tell you, say, it passed the budget for sanitation for the entire year where them Ligi Council has devolved. Will not make sense. So you may get cleaner zone where they inspire people. What happened after the first competition? Now that year, the Ministry of Local Government stopped we from collecting revenue. So we're not be able to do the prizes, and then we're not be able to continue. But the things that we continue, where we make a big difference. Then tricycle workers, where you see they collect the dirty, now you host, but also they sweep the streets. Means say Freetown, be non clean back. Of course, 1 to 10 in day, we will get challenged with payments, we then have been down tools, but we're able to resolve them and get back because go sweep 100 and almost streets in this city, so many thousands of streets. The main roads alone, we've been sweep 130. We bring it down to 98 for the main roads. Back again, transfer station. When I remember that famous incident just down the road from here, where we've been build the transfer station, who sent me for make dirty collection very easy. Where the former Minister of Lands came with Amiman, he broke him. Even where we build the 6, yesterday they approved school market, Usai, one of the 6 day, we're not able to operate them because of internal sabotage. So that's notwithstanding, I still very proud to say, during my tenure, the streets of Freetown, by and large, of course, you go get challenge here and there, but by and large, we can get daily cleaning, daily sweeping, household collection, and very importantly, now me build with the support of FCDO, the first ever wastewater treatment plant than for the liquid waste. First time, the feces not go just on the ground. It actually be treated now in a plant within a kingdom. That's a big achievement.
As we continue to look at the issues in Freetown, like how Khadija been stated earlier, we see the rain they don't begin come back, and see them don't begin come back now they treat them. As you tenure in office inside the past 5 years, what do you find out say na the greatest challenge na Freetown in terms of maintaining the sanity of Freetown, we camp and sanitation business? What do you find out say na the greatest challenge?
I think saying a combination of people their own attitude. Freetonians like I always say, don't the common as sky candle. Now we serve the Ibana street, and the second thing na enforcement. But of course you also get finance. So I don't let people underestimate the cost of moving dirty, which is why I've been really getting issue with that free Saturday cleaning, because people then build up dirty, they will not be able to move them all. And then we also get as I remember that famous video with me and the minister with AC and to my face. You also will get issues of integrity. But maybe on something the way I need for make people that always remember. Dirty business na everyday something. Dirty business na everyday something. We eat every day. We live every day. So as you live, you create dirty. So if you don't see sunside clean and sunside don't be sanitized, la put that way last month. If the process we keep and clean last month, if it stop, you go see and dirty back. Not to magic, na logic. So just think about it. We've been get a system where we sweep the streets every day. We enforce the Met Police, then it back up for let people them way no trade and dirty, let penalty be applied to them. If now I don't left office and then don't tell the sweepers and say let them not sweep, and instead the staff way, for example, staff then at the cash office, internal auditor, the human resource manager, now then they go on nets now. They say that they do night cleaning. Now small group of people for a whole city. Mion Road right now, Lumley Beach Road, where we can get sweepers that will be sweep day, like all the other roads, Jomo Kenyatta Road, Shaka Stevens Street. If you don't get the sweepers, if person not there for sweep that dirty, and Freetonians and then still the hip dirty in the street, because person go past eat plastic, person go past, eat chewing gum, cigarettes. If you not make the sweeping happen, you go see dirty. I hope say they follow me. What I try for say, it like you be not sweep yesterday. If today dirty come, you not sweep, you go see dirty. So when system been there, you go see the city clean. If the system don't be removed, then that's what you see now. The other thing where I need for point out, when a very positive side, now the fact that the sanitation interventions creates jobs for over 2,000 youth. This not a time where people end in unemployment. Youth unemployment so high. For let we get testimonies of young people then way they like today. They're able for go back na college. They're able for manage their homes because then they make money from dirty. That's a good thing for the city and good things for Freetonians.
All right, Madam Aki-Sawyerr, continue for day with you in the program Good Morning Salon. We'll take short break. We will come back to you and you will continue for talk about the things that we'll be able to do inside the 5 years with Freetonian then be vote for you for be the mayor.
UTB, Union Trust Bank, the game changer don't come. As we the lead, others they follow. And just with your mobile phone, you go transfer and receive money with ease, speed, and safety. UTB don't make it possible for collect money na ATM machine without the ATM card. Now that we call cardless ATM. You, the UTB customer, go send money to anybody and the person can collect the money na any UTB ATM panel without any ATM card. All it can do now for just enter the reference code and collect the money. The UTB copper in safe day. With this UTB copper, any UTB customer can transfer copper with a mobile phone to anybody up to 5 billion loans. And with the reference code, the person can go to any UTB branch and collect the copper. Union Trust Bank, we there for you.
Alright, we continue with the program Good Morning Salon, where they come to you from the Society for Radio Democracy 98.1 FM. And the program we still get the first time mayor for the Freetown City Council, Yvonne Aki-Sawyerr. They with you in the program this morning. They tell listeners them waiting. Sorry, I beg your pardon. waiting be able for do inside the past 5 years with Freetonian and be vote for them for be the mayor. Yes, Madam Aki-Sawyerr, earlier you be talk about some of the strategy them we be able for put in place in the area of sanitation. Although some of them strategy then there's some people then get the opinion say you not be able for work because as small rain they don't begin for canal, the streets them na Freetown still dirty. How you be left council in terms of waste management?
Well, we've been under so much, like this flood mitigation where you say, now me introduce them for the first time. Nobody ever talk flood mitigation. 2018 now we start. And we do them successfully in all the years. Like for example, I'll just hold the 2019 one year. We clear 12.64 meters of gutter, 27 bridges, 57 waterways, 2019. Yeah, I get 2020. 92 flash flood points, 38 waterways cleared, 21 bridges, 50 culverts desilted, 10.65 meters of gutter excavated. This is now real time where we measure year by year. In 2021, 46 flash flood points, 25 waterways cleared, 8 bridges cleared, 25 culverts, and 3.45 kilometers of gutters excavated. Back again in 2022. Why do you read this? Because in those years, you go attest say flooding be reduced. I get testimonies, we get testimonies. Crew baby in the flood every year. The year that 2018, we do the first flood mitigation. When I go remember the pictures them, where we actually take excavator, the first time excavator go na Crew Bay, and remove them broken concrete where we in the block. And all across the city, Freetonians, it just be say like I say normal sanitation, no to something where you put in a box and keep them. It get for be done constantly. So if at this point in time we day in May and no action not be taken yet for like we begin for clear then gutter then before the rain you go see this because two things. One, the design of the drainage is not really conducive. Now SLRA they do the drains. We did do additional drains. I'm really glad to say we don't build hundreds of meters of drains in then small communities, but drainage construction with road construction na SLRA. And then when I came in 2018, the SLRA chairman make the decision say, as far as they're concerned, from now on, Freetown no get feeder road. So contrary and in contrast to what may not happen, before me be the mayor, where RMFA been to give budgets to council for do road maintenance. Under my own tenure, we not get any money from RMFA for road maintenance. The only ever time where we get funding from RMFA, that means specifically for the flood mitigation work of 2019. Beyond that, nothing. So that responsibility for let it drains. Think of Pademba Road. Anytime it rain, when we see flooding, they know so. That part between prison and Main Street, it always the flood because the slope of the drain need for be changed. The same thing that Dundas Street. But I know till we job and not till we power. If not be we power, we mandate, we be for able to do them. So some things in the way where institutional mandates go need for be adjusted or they need for implement their mandates more effectively. So if you say on the sanitation, then you say after 5 years, waiting, I go say lasting. The transfer stations then they exist. And as soon as we come into office, we go able to operate them, we go make a big difference. Number 2, the young people then we get jobs them, where the kind of you owe semi-ose for collect with dirty, then a sustainable employment, we go only continue for grow. The fecal waste management for the liquid waste, the work for do the sanitary landfill site, now Hastings, it don't be very, very slow. But Ministry of Finance, that they may get for do their land purchase, I believe say we go soon able to see that and they move. But perhaps one of the most important one them, pan sanitation, now information. We been get find me in Freetown. Now Freetown Waste Transformers don't partner with we for an app where you go able to get now Google Play Store or Apple Store, where you go able order you dirty cleaning, the app named Dirty Box. So we continue for build. Whilst they're out of office, all waiting have been put in place as systems, even for the market cleaning. I see a lot of movement in the potty market and days and yeah. We get a system, we get truck, wait for clear potty market. If then decide not for go collect the dirty and allow somebody else to go collect the dirty, that not to a system, that not political gimmick.
All right, as you continue for talk about your legacies inside the past 5 years, one thing where, if you go currently on the Facebook page where people don't they ask you, been come with the Transform Freetown plan.
Yes.
Inside the 5 year, what thing you go point at say, now the thing and the way you use for Transform Freetown?
Okay, so we just don't talk about sanitation, and sometimes family and go don't forget say before we come, I talk to like 8,000 people normally collect them dirty. When I go remember say piles of dirty them in the around the city. Now, although I see the dirty don't increase, during my tenure, the systems that were put in place sustainable and can be reignited. You need for let your streets be swept. You cannot take your staff of council where they work na valuation, where they work na human resource, na they work na net, na daytime, na net you saying that then they go sweep the streets. You know we'll get a clean city. But the systems then they and then go be reignited. We build the waste transfer station. We plant trees them where they stop deforestation and where they protect water sources. We put in place over 150 water points all across the city. Then there's I didn't have one Facebook page, one group where the person they ask me, so let me show them the individual ones them. They're all day now the reports, and if you can count them if you want, between boreholes, street taps, and water tanks. And now we're about for the construction they can go on 65 water kiosks. We're connected to sustainable water source as well as 15 public toilets. If you go now Susan's Bay right now, you go see say with the enlarged gutters, we put 6 water points and we put 77 solar lights.
So you convince say inside the past 5 years your administration you convinced that you're able to transform Freetown?
The transformation of Freetown, I can always say about transforming lives as well as transforming systems in the city. One thing way don't become more clear to me. You know you kind to something in a learning process. One thing where don't become more clear to me that the facts say if you not get the collaboration and the support of relevant government agencies, wait till you go see physically with your eye go be impacted. So let me talk about the beautification. When I see Aberdeen roundabout, everybody go remember say na be a dump. dirty motor car, old motor cars, scrap bin dede, sell bin dede. We come with, we say with improve green spaces. We clear that one day for negotiate with the Aberdeen community. It have been tough work, but eventually we're able to do them. And today Aberdeen a green, beautiful spot. But waiting they happen now, and they see them, they take and make venue for put stage. We don't peel all the grass. Down there you go say, well, something I campaign them, people they're not be logical. But let's take something else. Why don't talk about already? SLRA. SLRA, now they're responsible for road. You not go see big hole in front of the SLRSA office, na Kisi Road. You not go see them dig for say that they do flood mitigation as they do last year. They left it dirty all along the city. I've been snap, I put on a Facebook, I write to them, I tell them, say, if now they do this work, it's not bad. We're all na partners, but not put the dirty na the street and left them because it make the place look really horrible. Look EDSA. When you see pole, how many times I write letter to EDSA for when they put pole, when they don't dig, let them not left the dirty day. So Khadija and Mabel, when you walk for clean, you did work for paint the curbs, you did work for create green spaces like Aberdeen or even the one by Cotton Tree, the Taylor Cummings Garden, you did do that one day. If other person did dig street and left farm, if other person did dig pole and left farm, if other person allow construction inside gutters, it can for impact the image where you see. So what you immediately look, and what I will continue for say is, in terms of transforming Freetown, we make inroads, significant inroads. If we not been plant the over 800,000 trees we don't plant, almost to we 1 million mark. Day like today, we will see even more flooding. If we not going to do the flood mitigation, we don't build hundreds of meters of drainage, go tree planting, go Colette Town, Mellon Street, Cocker Street, in so many communities, flooding with them they experience, they not experience them anymore. Go to Congo Water Street, now Wellington, now another very significant area. We say we build drainage, we make a big difference in the lives. When it comes to transforming lives, we also, besides the 2,000 plus jobs in sanitation, we get over 1,000 jobs with tree growers they're able for benefit from. We get 500 women them we benefit from urban farming. This is not all transformation of lives, but you see the urban farmers with the inside bottom Oku. You go meet site we said last year. Then we make wonderful garden. They even can present some of them vegetables and crinkle waiting to me. They like today, we don't get a situation where then somebody don't come, don't clear the whole place, saying get paper for bill day. So if we move in one direction and we get challenges in the other direction, you not go see or wait you for see. Some man can say, hey mayor, all time you make excuse. I want for challenge, that challenge day. I want for say, for let person talk the reality of your experience, no to excuse, na reality.
Earlier, I don't talk about some of the programs that we do under the Transform Freetown project, and you don't talk a lot about sanitation. What are some of the other key projects that we're able to implement inside the past 5 years? We go point at say this now a success under the Transform Freetown project.
Thank you, definitely. We also been talk about flood mitigation, but we also get drainage construction. Excuse me, please. We able just in 20. I did look at by year. Just in 2020, I did look in Naya where we able to do 1,684 meters of drainage. Now, Colette Town, Sumelia Town, Coconut Farm, Leicester Road, Kissy Mental, New England, and so on. We do the beautification, like I say, Aberdeen, Taylor Cummings Gardens, but also Wallace Johnson Street. We also do a lot of mentoring for women in climate. We work on risk reduction in different communities. We get in CDMCs where we do SOPs for them. So now we're in the camp, issue the camp. Everybody know exactly what you do. And I can see me and mayor way and also in our office. When they did disaster strike, we did it. For example, where that Crew Bay fire been happen, we've been dating, and we're able to reconstruct 300 homes them. In addition to that, I don't mention the property rate reform. We've been very significant, not only in terms of increasing the revenue, but ensuring that we get sustainable revenue in a council own source. If notably for that, how we for able for continue for meet the needs and do work with the rising cost of fuel, when a key input for council. Digital town halls. During COVID, we decide for engaged communities via WhatsApp, for letting help decide how for use money we say, okay, if we raise this money in your community, how we for use them. And through that process, we contribute to more of the water points, to road construction, small roads, not only major roads, like then track roads. We also don't build the nursery na Congo Mata Market and Crouton Road Market. The Crouton Road Market still not functioning. Again, we get internal challenges, but I'm confident that could be overcome. But the Congo Water Market are one of my best projects then, because we don't now into the third year, and we actually see the lives of young kids and their families really, really transformed. We don't work on school mentoring with school leaders all across the city. We get schools then where we monitor them, we go into and support the school leaders for improved standards against 13 key criteria. We do an adult literacy pilot with job search and a couple of other partners, where INSEF make a big impact for persons with disability, young women, market women and youth them. We launched the partnership with the City of Milan for fashion, and for them when within the creative industry, that's something very, very important. When it comes to maternal mortality and health, the pediatrics and gynecology post-grad program where they go on now with the Ministry of Health and PCMH. Now through the Office of the Mayor, through me in particular, we're able to raise that $3.5 million we go into launching that post-grad. We upgrade PHUs, Ross Road, Grey Bush, for letting able for sustain or for accommodate Bele Uman. So then we provide furniture, we expand the site, we do construction, we improve water connections na PHUs. We also implement in the markets programs for help women them in terms of their diet, salt reduction, testing of for diabetes, hypertension, and so forth. You look like you want to say something.
Yeah, I just want we shift small bits from some of the programs them and projects away according to you. It been successful under your 5 years of tenure. Now let's look at issues of alleged corruption, where many fingers be they point at you, and the Freetown City Council say you be involved in some corruption issues. Them you undergo investigations from Parliament, investigations from ACC, and at some point I understand so you able for pay back some of them.
And not pay back nothing at all, zero.
So
I explain to you.
With their whole corruption allegation, there will be the by you, the be as mayor. Why you think say Freetonian for trust you back?
Oh, because me, Khadija, and as we talk now, so waiting they front me reports. The report where then let me start with the ACC because that was the first one. And waiting I go say is now clearly a pattern. Me na the most investigated individual in the political space in this country as far as I can see. Correct me if anybody else we don't go through as many corruption allegations or even investigations, not even corruption, all kind of different things, including August 10. So with the ACC, now audit query, where according to the auditors, waiting they may expect for happen is that we go Parliament when I did the audit report for go, and we go explain on a Parliament. Waiting on the accusation. The accusation say the person when the mayor's delivery team lead, when a consultant paid for by an international donor. So not for saying a person we hide, person we don't in a council from 2018, where it looking office, person we in the lead international engagements with me, in order for raise funding, and we work closely with the council staff, very, very closely. This individual, when we travel on 6 occasions, the payment of in ticket and in per diem and hotel will be done by council. And the audit query was that according to the auditors, we not being a procedure for that. Now we challenge them. If you see we management response, the management of council, the management, the CA, the finance officer, and we sign the management report. The response, we write and say, no, we not agree to this point because, in fact, this na president na council where we don't do. Before mayor come, with the former mayors, then they travel go Hall, then they travel go Liberia, then they take with them non-staff of council, not even people where they work there. And they talk about, for example, you take persons with disability for a program, you take market woman for a program, you pay that person there in Padiami Hotel. So that's something where it they happen. But interestingly, it happened the very, very ACC commissioner in the first meeting. He tell me say, oh, this is not an issue, not policy issue, because it happened everywhere. The time when this start, now been the time for AFCON. And if you remember, Ministry of Sports take over 70 people go Cameroon. We know to staff of the ministry. We know to consultant at the ministry. They pay them hotel, they pay them per diem. But this, and even when they go take reporter for land Ministry of Social Welfare and go women's conference in New York, then they take people that we know to staff. But so this term now, it didn't have the report say this person not to staff, therefore pay. But the Anti-Corruption Commissioner tell me, he said we need for clarify this here and done with time because it come up all the time. Indeed, in that very same report, it also come up in respect of the Office for the First Lady. This not a secret. The report in a public document. The exact same query was raised in respect of somebody else.
So you say not to you pay them money there. Who said the money then come out now?
First of all, not to money them. Let me get context. Very important. We don't see Africanist press. They write about hundreds of thousands of dollars way unaccounted for, where they raise as issue, where we not see the ACC take up. We don't see a situation where the Auditor General in SEF where raise this in EO report concerning the Office of the Mayor, also raise them for the Office of the First Lady, but ACC not take them up. But the Auditor General be removed from an office because he raised audit queries about falsified invoices. The question, the 6 travel come to $14,000, and that's now hotel, flight, per diem. Think of that, divide by 6. And the person will do the work, now work he go work, not to me secretary, not to me paddy, country to waiting some man they talk. This is a highly qualified professional colleague where they be paid and go through a recruitment process for an NGO, not an NGO, a donor partner, where they pay them. So you see, say there's credibility in the person in position. So if they say pay them back, I refuse to pay. My lawyer tell me say, wait you do so, not wrong, and then write and challenge.
But the ACC been say una pay after
no,
the
the
investigation.
ACC say somebody pay.
No,
and
so you know that pay.
And no say Freetonians, it say Freetonians them pay. It say Freetonians them pay. And I been no say people that when they galvanize say the entire for letting victimize them mail. But me not pay, and I make them absolutely crystal clear say in accordance with the instruction of my lawyer, I no go pay.
Earlier, I did ask you the issues of the alleged corruption investigations, them where you been go through, and at some point, the ACC say you pay back some of the money there, although you say not to you pay them.
In fact, the ACC not say I pay.
With all the issues there, so we get for those alleged corruption, misappropriation, and other one them. Now you dey go back for re-election. You want a Freetonia and then vote for you back. Why you feel say them for trust you?
Okay.
Or give you the mantle of leadership for look after Freetown?
Okay, so as I don't explain very clearly, and even if you look waiting the ACC talk, waiting I say is that person we bring in projects of $4 million, council pay for in travel, in per diem and in hotel of $14,000. So it is say if that not corruption, I go be very, very surprised by the new definition of corruption, particularly as an audit query, it came up for other people that are that same report, but no action not be taken by anti-corruption. So I think that I don't tell you say no to corruption. I think that I don't tell you say there was a question of view of procedure where council now don't make a very, very clear policy in writing, then also they say, let not be president again. Let me make sure, say, everybody knows, say, council get it right for let them pay for passing. And this year I go through all the approvals, oh, not in a day where you sign, where the CA, not the send them to me, recommend for me approval. Then me, they send them back, give me approval before the finance officers have signed. So now with 3 sign, to not will behind the foreign committee be aware this was very above board. So I know we call it corruption because not to corruption. So now the other things then we're very interesting, Mabel. That is why me no say there should people they say there's an issue with the mic. I don't know.
It's okay. Go ahead.
This is why me no say there isn't a corruption issue for me, and why Freetonians will continue to get confident. Because Freetonians go famously remember, say, I've been called to Parliament not once but twice, and the Parliament say these very projects that I would talk about, then say donor money unaccounted for, then decide for do a special audit. That was in February of last year. Till today, I not receive any report, and I not be called again. And I know why. Because I know, say, they're not able to find any misappropriation of any funds. Because the point about me own belief is that integrity, no to a word, na lifestyle. But me audits, they're not done there. No, and Kadisha, I remember fumble them. Say, in addition to going to Parliament and having the special audits done on me, I'm also the only mayor or chairperson we don't go through a special administrative inquiry by the Ministry of Local Government, where they bring a team, can sit on at the council for I think it was 2 months. Then they go through all the documents. Coming out of that, again, no evidence of any corruption. But then in Obindo radio, we also see a situation Usai be charged to court, and then also be mentioned as a person of interest in the August 10 report.
Quickly, Madam Aki-Sawyerr, before you left, we at the studio, we don't see you say mayoral candidates them for Freetown, don't go through the nomination process. And one by you main contender right now, now somebody who come up from the private sector, and according to record, wealth of experience for take care of Freetown, especially in the area of sanitation. Even now when the rains don't begin count, don't they see in trucks them they go around for clean the city. When I'm to Camara. You think, say, with all what you don't do inside 5 years, enough for bitter into the pools?
Oh, definitely. For one thing, experience in private sector come in different levels. Myself in a private sector come out. A private sector experience with management skills, with administrative skills, with finance raising skills. Me not a government contractor. That's a totally different kind of private sector. Private sector where you create, conceptualize, and deliver. Where I get the reason why I get so much international support and recognition now because of my competency we demonstrated from taking the council Usai Binde to Usai Council day to day. And when I talk about that in terms of revenue generation, in terms of structure and processes, of course, if you get people then where they walk inside the council and they work against you, you go expect, and why I say that? I mean, it's been well documented and followed. But if persons say, well, Mayor, now you not sabi manage the people. I'll give you an example. Una radio democracy, right? Una business, a business making institution. If you get a competitor radio, where instead they try for do business, and instead they try for like capture the market, then that radio station now in bring the head can make the management team una own management team now in the employer for una feel to say una go able for succeed.
So waiting at the edge where you think so you get over Mohammed Gentle Camara make you so sure say you the beat him at the
competence, integrity, delivery. I don't want to talk about Mohammed Gentle Camara, but I know
when
say
are you main contender?
No, but I know they talk about person. But I know, say, if me get allegations of corruption to the point where the government find unnecessary or the committee find unnecessary for make me a person of interest in a report, I wait in a right, say me organize prayer meeting for topple the government. That's how ridiculous, to me that's ridiculous, right? Because that prayer meeting day was very, very publicized
Right.
for the religious leaders, but it give a message. It give a message say, for the last 5 years, I don't be a target. So waiting are able to achieve in the face of Minister the Ace Anami face, in the face of
Right.
calls for my resignation from my line minister, in the face of false allegations, taking me to court, in the face of all that, we still able to do market shades for women them and improve their
very
condition. We still able for move for complete the Wilberforce market. When we start for build, 65,000 leones for cement. Now 150,000 leones for the same bag cement, but still progress don't be made. And Freetonians and no say the mayor na possibly day with them. Come rain, come shine, come fire, come storm. Me na person with heart and commitment to me city.
All right. Thank you very much, Madam